I want you to pause for a moment, to take a deep breath, and realize something profound. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. You're here because your soul has been waiting for this moment, waiting for you to wake up to the truth that has always been within you. You are one of the chosen ones, and your soul mission is calling out to you right now. I know how that sounds. It might feel overwhelming, like a weight you didn't ask for. But let me tell you something crucial. Being chosen doesn't mean you have to carry a burden. Being chosen means you have a purpose, a unique gift, and a responsibility to the world. The universe has been whispering to you, hasn't it? Through little signs, through synchronicities, through feelings of deep restlessness. You've felt it. You've always known at some level that you're here for something more, and the time has come to stop ignoring that inner call. Let's get real for a moment. We live in a world where it's so easy to get distracted. We're constantly bombarded with noise, social media, expectations, responsibilities, and it's easy to lose ourselves in all of that, isn't it? But here's the thing, the more you ignore your calling, the louder it gets. That's why you've started feeling like something is missing. That deep sense of restlessness you can't quite shake, it's because your soul is tired of waiting. It's tired of playing small. Deep down, you know this. You've been feeling disconnected from the things that used to excite you. You've been questioning the path you're on, wondering if this is really all there is. Well, I'm here to tell you, it's not.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
Your soul's mission is so much bigger than you've allowed yourself to believe. But here's the tricky part. Stepping into that mission is going to require you to stop everything. To stop the distractions, to stop the excuses, to stop pretending that you're satisfied with a life that doesn't truly fulfill you. Let me ask you something. If you keep living the way you're living right now, will you be proud of the life you've lived when it's all said and done? Will you look back and feel like you've truly made the impact you were meant to make? Because if the answer is no, then you already know what you need to do. It's time to wake up. Now, this doesn't mean you have to quit your job tomorrow or drastically change your life overnight. This is about something deeper. This is about reconnecting with the core of who you are, with the part of you that's been buried under layers of conditioning, doubt, and fear. It's about remembering why you're really here. And trust me, you're here for more than just going through the motions. You're here to make a difference, to touch lives, to share your gifts with the world in a way that only you can. But to do that, you have to stop running from your own greatness. Think about it. How many times have you second-guessed yourself? How many times have you dimmed your light because you didn't want to stand out or because you were afraid of failing? We've all been there. It's human. But what if I told you that all those fears, all those doubts, all that hesitation, it's all part of your journey? It's part of the process of becoming who you're meant to be. You see, your soul's mission isn't going to be handed to you on a silver platter. It's something you have to step into, something you have to claim. And that means facing the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to look in the mirror and be honest with yourself about what's holding you back? Because here's the truth, your soul mission isn't some distant, unattainable dream. It's already within you. It's been there all along, waiting for you to recognize it. But you can't step into it if you're still holding on to the stories that tell you you're not good enough, or that you're not ready, or that you don't know where to start. Those stories are lies. They're the ego's way of keeping you small, of keeping you safe. But you weren't meant to live a safe life. You were meant to live a life that's bold, courageous, and aligned with your highest purpose. So what's it going to take for you to stop everything and listen to that inner voice that's been calling out to you? What's it going to take for you to finally say yes to your soul's mission? Because the truth is, you don't have time to waste. None of us do. Every moment you spend ignoring that call is a moment you could be spending living in alignment with your true purpose. And when you're living in alignment, there's a magic that happens. Everything starts to flow. You find yourself in the right place at the right time. Opportunities appear that you couldn't have planned for. It's like the universe is conspiring to help you succeed because in a way it is. But none of that can happen if you don't take the first step. And that first step is deciding, right here and right now, that you're done with playing small. That you're done with living a life that's anything less than extraordinary. That you're ready to step into your power, even if it scares you. Especially if it scares you. Because here's the thing, your soul mission isn't supposed to be easy. It's supposed to challenge you, to stretch you, to push you beyond your limits. That's how you grow. That's how you become the person you were always meant to be. So, chosen one, I'm asking you, are you ready? Are you ready to stop everything and listen to the call of your soul? Because if you are, the world is about to open up for you in ways you can't even imagine. But it all starts with you. It starts with your decision to stop running from your greatness and to embrace the truth of who you are. Now that you've acknowledged the call, the next step is to embrace it with courage. And let me tell you, this is where most people turn back. It's one thing to hear the call of your soul, but it's another thing entirely to walk the path that's laid out before you. Why? Because stepping into your soul's mission isn't just about seeing the vision of your higher purpose, it's about becoming the person who can fulfill that vision. And that means you're going to have to shed the layers of who you thought you were. You're going to have to let go of the identities, the beliefs, and the fears that have kept you playing small. Think about it. Every time you've tried to step into something bigger, something more aligned with your true self, what's the first thing that happens? Fear shows up. Doubt creeps in. That little voice in your head starts telling you all the reasons why you're not ready, why you're not capable, why you should just stay where you are. That's the resistance. And it's normal. In fact, it's a sign that you're on the right path. Because the closer you get to your purpose, the more your ego will try to pull you back into the safety of the familiar. But here's the thing, your soul's mission requires you to be brave. It requires you to move through that resistance, to face those fears head-on, and to keep going even when the path is uncertain. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's the willingness to act in spite of it. So the question becomes, are you willing to be uncomfortable? Are you willing to face the parts of yourself that you've been avoiding? The parts that tell you you're not good enough or that you're going to fail? Because here's the truth, your fears are not a reflection of your true self. They're a reflection of the old version of you, the version that was living in survival mode, that was just trying to get by. But you're not here to just survive, you're here to thrive. And thriving means stepping into the unknown, trusting that the universe will support you every step of the way. Yes, there are risks. Yes, there will be challenges. But what's the alternative? To stay stuck in a life that feels small and unfulfilling. To look back years from now and wonder, what if I had just been brave enough to follow my soul's calling? So, chosen one, this is where the journey gets real. This is where you have to decide that your soul's mission is more important than your fears, that the impact you're here to make is bigger than your doubts. You have to trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and that every step you take toward your purpose is a step toward becoming the person you were always meant to be. Are you ready for that? Because this is where the magic happens. The moment you say yes to your soul's mission, the universe will rise up to meet you. Now that you've made the decision to embrace your soul's mission with courage, let's talk about what comes next. Because here's the thing, stepping onto this path isn't a one-time decision. It's a choice you make every single day. And some days, it's going to feel harder than others. You'll face moments of doubt. Moments where you question everything, your abilities, your path, your purpose. These moments are inevitable, but they are also part of the journey. You see, the spiritual path isn't a straight line. It's not about constant progress or feeling enlightened all the time. There will be ups and downs, breakthroughs and setbacks. And that's okay. In fact, those challenges are essential because they help you grow. They push you to dig deeper, to trust yourself more, and to strengthen your connection with your higher self. But in those moments of doubt, you'll be tempted to give up. You'll want to retreat back to the familiar, to the safe, to the comfortable. But here's where the real work comes in. You have to trust the process, even when it feels like nothing is happening, even when it feels like you're walking through the dark with no clear direction. Trust that every step you take is leading you exactly where you need to go, even if you can't see the full picture yet. Trust that the universe is working behind the scenes, aligning the right opportunities, the right people, and the right experiences to help you fulfill your mission. But how do you trust the process when doubt is so loud? How do you keep going when the path feels unclear? The answer lies in one simple but profound truth. You are never alone. The universe, your higher self, your guides, they're all with you, supporting you every step of the way. But you have to be willing to listen. You have to be willing to quiet the noise of your doubts and fears long enough to hear the whispers of your intuition. That's why it's so important to cultivate a deep inner relationship with yourself, to get still, to meditate, to spend time in nature, or to do whatever helps you reconnect with your soul. Because that's where the answers lie. Not in the outside world, not in the opinions or expectations of others, but within you. Your soul knows the way, even when your mind doesn't. So when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to pull you off track, go within. Trust that you already have everything you need to fulfill your mission. The answers, the guidance, the strength, it's all within you. And remember, doubt is a part of the process, but it doesn't define you. It's merely a test, a challenge to see if you're willing to keep going despite the uncertainty. And if you can meet that doubt with trust, if you can keep taking one step forward, one day at a time, you will start to see the path unfold before you in ways you never imagined. Now that you understand the importance of trusting the process and overcoming doubt, the final step is perhaps the most vital: taking aligned action. It's not enough to simply recognize your soul's mission or even embrace it. You have to live it. You have to embody it in everything you do, every decision you make, and every action you take. This is how you manifest your divine potential, by aligning your actions with your higher purpose. But what does aligned action really mean? It means that every choice you make is in harmony with your soul's deepest intentions. It means that you're no longer living reactively, simply responding to the circumstances around you. Instead, you're moving through life with intention, with clarity, and with a sense of purpose guiding you. Aligned action doesn't always have to be grand or dramatic. Sometimes it's as simple as saying no to something that no longer serves you. Sometimes it's taking a leap of faith, even when you don't know where it will lead. The key is to listen to your intuition. Your soul is always guiding you, always giving you clues about what your next step should be. But it's up to you to act on those clues. You see, the universe will meet you halfway, but you have to be willing to take the first step. You have to be willing to move forward, even if it's just one small action at a time. Each step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to fulfilling your soul's mission. And here's the beautiful part: once you start taking aligned action, the universe responds. Opportunities begin to present themselves. Synchronicities become more frequent. The path that once seemed unclear starts to unfold in front of you. But none of this can happen if you remain still. You have to be in motion. You have to trust that you are co-creating your reality with the universe, and that your actions are the bridge between your inner purpose and its outer manifestation. So, chosen one, the time is now. You've heard the call. You've faced your doubts. Now it's time to take action. Trust yourself. Trust the process. And most importantly, trust that you are fully capable of fulfilling the mission your soul came here to live. The world is waiting for you.